Alejandro, it's Miller in New York. Uh, I'm sorry I'm so late getting back to you. Listen, I've had some setbacks physically, and not too well. But rather than type this out or write this out, I think I know the story you mean. I'm going to rather slowly just tell you. It's short, out loud, and you can transcribe it or get someone to do it for you, and it should be simple. It's not really like you remembered it. So I'll do it by voice. And if today is Wednesday, if by the weekend, if I'm not better, or if you can't use the transcription, then of course yeah, I will try to write it out. But it goes rather like this. This is the one about Jackie Kennedy, which is the one you mentioned you wanted, okay? And it's not seeing her at a restaurant, it's just the opposite way. I'll explain it. Vivien Leigh and Jack Merivale had been so wonderful to me during the run of Ivanov and had taken me out to lunches, dinners, art galleries, into the country excursions. They had done a great deal for me. They were very generous, and we had bonded quite a bit. And I decided that I wanted to do something for them, take them out. And so I asked them, and she said yes, she'd love to. And I said, well, let's have dinner. So our night for dinner was Friday, May 20th, 1966. And Vivien insisted we take her car and chauffeur because I know she thought I would probably spend money, which I shouldn't be doing, on renting one for her, and might as well use her. She was lovely that way. So we did an evening performance of the play, and afterwards I went from my dressing room to hers, and she had a little apartment really backstage at the Schubert because she had a kitchenette, and Jack let me in, and I went in, and he was fixing drinks, and he said, she'll be ready soon. She has a couple of guests, and I'm to fix you a drink and send you in there to meet them. I said, oh, Jack, I can hear them talking. I said, I'd rather stay here and chat with you in the kitchen. I don't want to bother her and have to introduce. He said, oh, no, I have my orders. Vivien wants you to go in and with your drink and join them. So I did, and I almost dropped the drink because there was little Vivien looking up at a huge bouffant hairdo, tall lady, Jacqueline Kennedy. And next to Jacqueline was Igor Stravinsky. So I had the most famous composer in the world living then next to me, and Jackie Kennedy, who, well, let's face it, the widow Kennedy was the most famous woman in the world then. This was only 3 years after the assassination. It was before Onassis, I think. And anyway, so they were talking. And Jackie Kennedy was gracious, meeting me. Igor Stravinsky looked like he'd rather be someplace else. Didn't want to be around any of us. Eyes skirting around. A tiny little man, almost smaller than Vivien. So it was very strange, the four of us as a quartet. It's like one of those dreams you have where the people are mismatched and you wonder how they all got together in your dream at that time. Well, people have asked me, what did you talk about, or what did they talk about? And I honestly can tell you, I don't know. I have no idea. I was so stunned at where I was and how I got there, I really wasn't probably retaining what was going on. But suddenly, Vivien said to Jacqueline Kennedy, well, it's been lovely seeing you, and thank you so much for coming. She said, Miller and I have a date. We have an engagement for dinner, so we're going to have to be leaving now. I couldn't believe it. Shock number 2. Anyway, so Stravinsky, very happy to be leaving, I think, and Jacqueline Kennedy left. Well, we got in the car to go to the restaurant, which was on the east side, La Cave d'Henri IV, or the Cave of Henry IV. And I asked her, she's so particular, if she knew it or if she thinks she would like it. She said, oh, yes, I was there once. Garson Kanin and Ruth Gordon took me there once for dinner. I like it very much. It's a good choice. So I felt fairly good about that. But I kept saying, I don't believe this. I don't believe it. And Vivien looked surprised. She said, what? What are you talking about? I said, you dismissed Jacqueline Kennedy. I said, we could have picked another night. You could have said, oh, well, I have a guest that night. Can we make it another one? She looked at me as if that would have been a rude thing to do, because she was truly sophisticated. She honored her engagements. She didn't care who else was there or if something better came along, and I'm sure Jackie Kennedy was something better. It meant no difference to her. We had a date. And now, so we went to the restaurant. A couple of funny things happened in the restaurant, which I don't know that you're interested in that. But I will, of course, if you are, I'll add that later. But for right now, I think this is the incident that you're talking about. It's the only thing that involves Mrs. Kennedy, because otherwise, I never met her or had anything to do with her. All right, Ali? And I'm sorry that this is so rushed, but it's been very difficult, and I'll explain it to you later. This is not my finest hour. It's my annus horribilis, like your queen says. Okay, so signing off now, love. All the best to you.